to have the branded ones.
Go with what you're comfortable with, and a reminder, you should always consult your doctor before changing your medication. Retirement should be a chance to relax, spend the kids' inheritance and enjoy yourself. But if you're planning on downsizing the family home and moving into a retirement village, there are some hidden traps you need to look out for.
There are happy retirees.
It's just lovely.
And there are unlucky retirees.
I've got to stay here until every last cent's squeezed out of me, and I don't know what's going to happen after that.
Both have downsized from their family homes into retirement living, but their outcomes couldn't have been more different.
The staff treat us like a bunch of hayseeds. They've got no respect for us whatsoever.
We never stay still. Yeah. We're so active in here. There's always something going on.
Tonight, we'll tell you about changes to government legislation that could save you thousands of dollars every year, as well as the hidden traps that some retirement villages don't want you to know about.
The retirement village industry is not heavily regulated, unlike our aged care system.
When it comes to retiring and downsizing your home, there are so many options for you to move into, whether it be a village like this, a smaller house, a townhouse, or even an apartment. But whatever option you and your family choose, experts are warning to be very careful about what you sign up for, because once you're in, it can often be very difficult to get back out.
The decision can be absolutely devastating if you don't do your research up front.
Pensioners Doreen, Greg, Colleen and Pete know all about that.
It's not meant to be a licence to print money. And, you know, it's not right to be ripping people off.
When they moved into this village, everything seemed to be perfect. But it was too good to be true. Over the past 10 years, their fees have been rising and their services disappearing.
Greed has now taken over, and they just really don't care about us anymore. The more money we pay, the less they appear to do.
All of them want to leave, but they claim hefty exit fees mean they're effectively stuck here.
I'm dipping into my savings now to help me get past.
Financial advisor Paul Clitheroe says there are 4 big traps retirement villages use to take your life savings. And number 1 is the exit fee or deferred management fee.
This is all about when you want to leave. Some will charge you maybe 3% per annum. Others might take most of your capital gain.
The number 2 trap is ongoing fees. These can rise quickly and dramatically.
These are typically in the range of about $250 up to $1,000 a month. They're going to be charged each month. You've absolutely got to understand what you're getting for the fee.
The 3rd trap is when you decide to sell. And surprise, surprise, the retirement village claims it's entitled to any profit you've made in capital growth.
I think it's a terrible rip-off. I think it's an incredible money-making scheme where you're taking a large amount of money from retired people and all you're going to give them back is that same amount of money some years later.
Graham Toms knows all about watching your capital growth disappear. His mother-in-law Gladys moved into her retirement village in 1988 and says she thought she'd bought her home there. But the reality in the fine print is that all Gladys actually bought was a lease, and a $200,000 increase in the value of the home since 1988 belongs to the retirement village.
It's an enormous loss. I mean, if the property has a commercial value at $290,000, then they believe that it was their property.
Gladys can't afford to live anywhere else and has moved back in with Graham and his family.
Just be aware that when you're moving into a retirement village that it may not be what it seems to be.
Trap number 4 is the other hidden fees you can be hit with when you move out of some retirement villages.
Typically there'll be a refurbishment fee. I've seen refurbishment fees regularly of $50,000 and $60,000.
If you don't like it, you have got the freedom to change your mind and move on elsewhere without it costing you a fortune.
But not all retirement village experiences end in disaster. Dave and Patricia Hill bought in at Halcyon Landing on Queensland's Sunshine Coast and have loved not only the lifestyle aspects, but also the fact there are no exit fees or refurbishment fees. Plus, they also get to keep all their capital growth profit if they decide to sell.
If we wanted to sell this tomorrow, we could make a handsome profit on it.
Residents here pay a weekly fee of $155, which covers their rates, water and the maintenance of all the village services.
I shouldn't say it, but we call it the Fs.
fun, friendship, freedom, financial security.
Managing Director of Halcyon Landing, Bevan Geisman, says that different people will suit different retirement villages, so anyone considering the move should speak to the people who already live there.
I think it's important that they get legal advice, they do a bit of research around other communities, don't just fall for the first one they see.
We get lots of clients ask about questions regarding downsizing.
Wally David is from Financial Planning Matters. He says the most important advice for anyone considering downsizing from their family home is to involve other family members or a legal expert.
Often when people buy a home, it's an emotional decision, and this is one time in your life that it really needs to be a rational decision.
And for seniors and retirees thinking about selling up their family home, there are some crucial changes to federal government legislation that you need to know about. It could protect your pension and save you thousands.
Where the person has resided in their home for 25 years or more, they can sell and place up to $200,000 into a special account for 10 years, and that money won't be assessed against the means test.
If you play your cards right, you could end up like 84-year-old Bob, living in a retirement village. He's financially secure and says he's never had so much fun.
It's just wonderful to be this age and still be active, and through this lifestyle.